Welcome into Celtics Postgame Live, presented by your New England Ford dealers and Ford trucks. I'm Amina Smith. The Celtics win big in this one, 102-93 against the Pistons, and Jayson Tatum exploded in that third quarter for 19 points, finished with 24 points and 9 rebounds for Jayson Tatum. The fourth straight win for this Celtics team, their longest win streak all season long, just notching wins along the way, and a big game for this Celtics team, the start of their 3-game road trip. Let's send it out to Abby Chin right now, who's with Rob Williams, who also had a big night.
Another dominant defensive performance by you. Held these guys under 95 points. They shot 33%. How would you describe the way you guys are playing defense right now?
Yeah, I feel like we just locked in mentally, physically locked into each other. The biggest thing is we go through our slumps, in the game, but we're starting to rebel against that and obviously show a little resistance against that, so I'm happy.
For you personally, a double-double, but you did have those 5 blocks, including one in the open floor over there. How difficult is that to do?
It's tough closing the space, but like I said, it's something my teammates expect me to do. It's something I pride on doing, so hopefully I'll keep it up.
Jayson Tatum told us this morning he believes that you can be a defensive player of the year in this league. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure, especially JT said it.
Is that a goal?
Yeah, obviously it's something I'm working towards. Just got to get all the pieces together, you know what I'm saying, but hopefully one day for sure.
Finally, you guys have now won 4 straight, 6 of your last 7. How much confidence has this given you?
Obviously a big boost of confidence, but just letting us know, things can be turned around, it is possible, and hopefully just keeping this feeling, keeping this streak going.
Rob, thank you. Congrats.
No problem. Appreciate it.
4 straight wins for this Celtics team. Woo! The longest win streak all season long. Chris Forsberg here with me. We're all out of breath after this because, we are not used to this at all, Forsberg. But what's your biggest takeaway from this win?
So I know people will fixate a little bit on, they feasted on inferior competition, and you still want to see them do it against the best teams in the league. But beggars can't be choosers. And your eyes tell you that the core of this team has just gone to a whole new level in terms of how they're playing. Marcus Smart, maybe the best basketball we've seen in a Celtics uniform the last couple of weeks. Rob Williams is emerging as someone where Jayson Tatum will suggest could be an all-star player, and you just feel a lot better about where this team is moving. Still stuff they got to clean up, and it wasn't great to see the kids have that much struggles at the end of the game, but all that being said, I am super encouraged by the progress they've made. You start looking even further ahead, and strength of schedule the rest of the way. The only team ahead of them that has an easier schedule in the East is Cleveland. There's 3 head-to-head games against Brooklyn. There is a real chance for this team to climb out of the play-in bracket and into the actual playoffs. And then it just comes down to matchups. And so, the trade deadline hovering above all of this. But, yeah, they're in a good spot right now.
And you mentioned Jayson Tatum finished with 24 points tonight, exploded in that third quarter. He's been playing super aggressive as of late. But how did he channel that tonight?
I don't know. It felt like he was like, I didn't have a good first half. I'm just going to take this game over. And some loud dunks and just doing Jayson Tatum things. And this is the beauty. Most guys would struggle out of the gates like Jayson was and then kind of just kind of go quiet or try to find other ways to impact the game. Tatum just absolutely blew this game open in the third quarter. The best part was he also got some rest. In that fourth, because he built such a lead, and even as the kids were struggling, you get a chance to put him on the sideline. That has rarely happened this year, where Jayson Tatum can actually enjoy and watch from the side and not have to ride his bike and do all that from the sideline. So that's all encouraging stuff that, he can dominate for a stretch and help the Celtics get to the finish line of a game like this and then, kick his feet up for a little bit.
Of course, and then just like you mentioned, it seemed like he switched a different gear into that third quarter. Let's take a look at the first half versus the third quarter tonight versus the Pistons for Jayson Tatum. And you talk about those 19 points that he exploded for. It was like a totally different game for Jayson Tatum. You take a look at the numbers right there. He only had 5 points, Forsberg, in the first half, 19 in that third quarter. The field goals, 2 of 8 in the first half, and 7 of 13 in that third quarter. And those third quarter points, the most points in any quarter for Jayson Tatum this season. Just how different does Jayson Tatum look out there? I feel like he's really split the switch over the last several games out there on the court.
Yeah, okay, so the other night, they struggled against the Hornets. They put all that pressure on him. And he did a great job finding other ways to get everybody else involved. They kicked the ball to Grant Williams, to Marcus Smart, they knocked down shots, and that's super encouraging. Even that first half, when we were looking at those stats right there, and he was still +7 in the first half, the Celtics have so rarely been able, when Jayson is having a rough shooting night, to sort of maintain that's encouraging to me. That means everybody else is pitching in here along the way and finding ways to keep this team afloat. They don't necessarily need Jayson Tatum to carry them. All that being said, man, when he does, they're just a different team. And if they're going to have any success in the postseason, the offense has to go to another level, and that all hinges on Tatum and, to a certain degree, Jaylen Brown and working in concert and all that. But, yeah, like, it's nice to know that, again, even when Jayson Tatum goes into like a little mini funk, which he was really in for the first half, he can kind of come out of it quick.
Yeah, definitely came out of it quick. Scal joining us from out there in Detroit. And Scal, this was a game where they had a double-digit lead at one point for most of the game, and then towards the end it got a little shaky. But what was your biggest takeaway after tonight?
That the Celtics can, they're starting to get to the point where they're just better than these teams, and Tatum's playing at such a high level right now that it's going to take a lot for us to have those disappointing performances where you're like scratching your head and how did we lose this one? I just think their energy, the effort they're playing with, they're more connected. And then even though I don't think today was a great game, Tatum bailed him out in the third quarter, and you could just tell like his talent was really shining tonight. He was just so much better than everyone else on the floor.
Scal, just gush about Rob Williams for a minute so I can listen and enjoy hearing you talk about it.
Yeah. Well, my beef with Rob Williams will never be him as a player, him as a talent. It's all about just staying healthy. If he can stay healthy, like he is from an instinctual standpoint from a big man, I mean, he is absolutely off the charts. Like, he blocks shots, his timing. He just falls into, 7 rebounds. Going over the top, having guys that can play with that vertical spacing. I don't think there's many NBA big men that have the athleticism and the instincts of Rob Williams. So I just thought he was fantastic today.
And even Grandy was giving him a grief for kicking out that 3-ball to Romeo. But that was a great play. Like, so few players have that ability to just know where everybody is on the court. And Rob is just so eager to help and feed other guys. I just love it. I just like watching him play. I think it's just a completely different team when Rob plays that way.
Another double-double for Rob Williams out there tonight. Go ahead, Scal.
Yeah, just adding to that, like, of the above-the-rim threats that you have seen in the NBA right now, I'm not sure there's a single guy outside of Rob Williams who could have made that play. Maybe Rashawn Holmes, maybe. But I'm saying, like, Rob's instincts for basketball are so off the charts. And it's just about staying healthy. Like, he just has to stay healthy.
Yeah, Rob Williams definitee an asset out there for
we got to knock on wood.
Knock on, yeah, please, come on, Scal. Don't even mention
Don't put that evil on me, Scal.
102-93, that final score out there in Detroit.